Yep, we're not even going to talk about it because it's been several weeks again. So we're just going to jump right in. Like, I haven't several times said that I'm going to be more consistent and then not been more consistent, like, at all. So we're just going to ignore that and, like, continue on. If you're new here, I'm Katie. Today, I am going to be reviewing / using and just showing off the Colourpop Raw Beauty Kristi collection. I know I'm super late. I had a lot of shit going on. But I love Kristi, and I actually I don't really have that many Colourpop things, so I went insane and bought a lot of Colourpop things. So this video is going to be mostly Colourpop things. If it's not Colourpop, I won't mention it. I'll put it in the description box below just in case you're just blown away by something. But I'm only going to mention the Colourpop things. It's not sponsored, you know, one day. But yeah, I love Kristi. I think she's great. I think she's hilarious. When I saw that she was making this palette, I, one, knew I was going to support her because she's awesome. But two, it's kind of weird when I moved to Washington after being here for a little while. I was like, man, this place would make a really good makeup palette. Which is, I'm glad to know I'm not the only one that had that thought, because clearly this entire collection is inspired by the P&W, if you didn't know, Pacific Northwest, which is where I live, and also Kristi. One day I feel like I'm just going to see her out in public, and I'm probably going to, like, scare the shit out of her. Hopefully not, but maybe. And then if you see this Kristi by some crazy stretch of luck, I promise I'm not actually crazy. All right. So I'm gonna stop beating around the bush and mumbling and actually, like, do the thing you came here for me to do. Okay, before I bust this palette open, just look at this packaging, because I just think this is so freaking precious. So here is the palette color story. I bought the entire collection. Did I mention that? I got the whole box, the whole PR box, the whole thing. Had to do it. So this is beautiful. Can you see those shimmers, those duochromes? Can you see them? Hello. Those are amazing. So I guess I should just show everything and then, like, use some of it, right? I don't know. I've never reviewed an entire collection before. Can you tell? It also came with these 3 eyeliners. I just blanked on what I was holding in my hand. They're eyeliners. These are Colourpop's cream gel liners. I've actually never used these. The shades of these little guys is Woodsy, Spare Thyme, and Marigold. There's also 2 Luxe glosses. These babies right here. This one is Glacier, and this one is Wildflower. And then the last thing that's part of this collection, I did get some things that are not part of this collection. I'll show them as well. I just wanted to do the collection first. Are these little, what are they called? The Supershock Shadows. Okay, I think I have figured out what I'm gonna do. I think, for fun, and because you can't tell me not to, I am gonna do each eye differently to just try and maximize as many eyeshadows as I can use. I think I'm going to do one eye with the greens and then one eye with the warmer shades, the greens and the blues. I'm going to do one eye with these colors, and then I'm going to do one eye with these colors as I stab them. So you'll see. Okay, to start off, I'm going to do this eye first. I think I'm going to do this eye green. So I'm going to go in with this shade Puffball as a nice transition shade. Okay, I think I'm going to do a little bit of a halo eye, and I'm going to do this Fiddlehead green on the inner corner of my eye. Okay, now that I've got that Fiddlehead shade down, I'm going to go in with Emerald City right here. I have to say these shades are really pigmented and they blend out really nicely so far. I am super impressed. I would expect nothing less from Kristi. Like, I just don't think Kristi would put her name on something that wasn't perfect. But never having tried Colourpop eyeshadows before, I'm like, what the fuck have I been doing with my life? They're so cheap and clearly nice. Why do I keep missing votes like this? Okay, I'm gonna go in with this shade Evergreen. I don't think my camera is gonna get the duochrome on that, but anyway. And now I think I'm just gonna go back and deepen these inner corner and outer corner up just a teensy bit. Okay, and I think for the lower lash line, like outer corner, I'm gonna do kind of a mixture of all of these. We'll see. I'll tell you at the end once I figure it out for myself. I don't know, leave me alone. Okay, so after all, what I decided to do was use Fiddlehead in the inner corner and blend that into P&W right here on the outer corner and just add a little bit of, what is that? Let It Rain on the very outer corner and then on the upper outer lash line right there. So I'm gonna call that good on this eye, and then I'm gonna move on to the warmer toned eye. The light's changing because the sun's going down right here, which is casting a really neat beam of light on my face. All right, whatever. We're gonna go in with the shade Old Growth, this light dusty pink shade in the this is gonna be transition shade for this eye. Okay, for the inner corner, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna mix Chanterelle and Rainier, these two, for the inner corner. Okay, that's just a little bit, it's not quite as punchy as I want it to be to balance out this other eye, so I think I'm gonna deepen it up just a little bit with Rainier. All right, and then for the outer corner, I'm gonna take Homegrown, well, probably a mixture of all three of these. So that's Rainier, Homegrown, and oh my God, Amanita. Okay, my changing lighting is fecking me up. I'm gonna take Chanterelle and Rainier and maybe a little bit of Homegrown on my, no, probably just Chanterelle and Rainier on my inner corner right here. Okay, so what I ended up doing is Chanterelle and Rainier on the inner corner, and then Amanita and Let It Rain on the outer corner. Okay, and now for this eye, I'm gonna take this shade West Coast in the center. Okay, I think that's gonna be the eyes done for now. I might touch them up as I go, because I don't know if you've caught on, if you've watched any of my videos, I jump around a lot. It's just the way I do my makeup. I don't know. I'm not organized ever anywhere in my life at all, period. So there. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the rest of my face for now. That's what I just said. Wow. If it's not a Colourpop product, I'm not gonna mention it, but I will put it in the description box. So I don't have a Colourpop primer. Wow, my face, look at the difference. I put primer on my face, but this is how easily my face turns red. Look at the difference between my face and my neck just from putting primer on. Wow, I'm a cherry tomato. Oh my God, what the fuck? Okay, well, this is not Colourpop related, but I am so perplexed by what just happened to me that I have to share it. So I got this Tula skincare face filter blurring moisturizer, blurring moisturizing primer, probiotics and superfoods. This. And the only reason I was looking is that there is this really stark line between my shaved side of my head and my face. And these are generally about the same color because this sees sunlight. And I was looking and I was like, God, I am really pigmented. No, it's the primer. Look at this. It darkens as you rub it into your face. I feel like that's something that should say something about that. Like, what? I'm looking at the box right now. Oh my God. Face filter is the new no filter. Instantly smooth the look of uneven skin tone and redness for a filter-like finish. Probiotics and superfoods like licorice and chia seeds help balance and nourish skin. Apply 2 to 3 pumps of this buildable primer and massage thoroughly to release its special encapsulated glow particles that create the look of sun-kissed, radiant skin. Use as the last step in skincare routine or before applying foundation. Y'all, this would motherfucking happen to me. Are you serious? Sun-kissed, fucking sunburned. I look like fucking Peppa Pig right now. What the shit? This is not, I don't look radiant. I look like I just tried to run a mile. Oh my god. Okay, oh my god. Okay. We're just gonna carry on. This fucking primer, my foundation better look fucking flawless or I'm gonna be irritated. I can't believe it goes so dark. Okay, I'm gonna calm down and stop yelling. Wow. Wow. I do have two Colourpop of the No Filter Concealer in the shade Fair 6 and Light 12. I'm gonna be totally honest. I was not blown away by these. I think it has to do with the fact that I have pretty dry skin and these are quite matte. I know a lot of people love these and I really, really wanted to. And like they were fine elsewhere on my face, but I could not use, and I'm going to do it today and maybe it'll be all right. I did notice some inconsistency too. Maybe it's just in my eye cream or moisturizer or lack thereof that I used these. The first time I used these under my eyes and I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. And then the next time I tried to use it under my eyes, it looked like trash. That happens to me a lot. This is not the only concealer that does that, but it just happened more and more and more the more I used it. I did end up using it. Sometimes I use it as an eyeshadow primer. Also don't really dig it for that. It just creases really fast, and I find that it's not that great of an eyeshadow primer for me. I know a lot of people, I think including Kristi, use it as eyeshadow primer, but I don't know why I decided to do a whole TED Talk about how I feel about this Colourpop concealer, but here we go. You can see I've got a sweet hormone-induced breakout going on all down my neck. My chest is a mess, so is my back. Yay, hormones. If you don't know, I have high estrogen. I'm treating it. It is being treated by a professional. It just sometimes causes conflict, okay? So, fair. I think another problem I have with these Colourpop concealers is that they oxidize to a different color than they are when you put them on, which again is not, Colourpop's not the only color in the concealer that does that. It's just really fucking irritating when that happens because it makes it really hard to color match yourself appropriately. Okay, this is another reason I forgot I don't use this concealer. Do you see that separating right there? Can you see that at all? Or is it just not going to pick up? I don't know. No, you can't tell. No, you can't tell. Okay, well, it's separating really bad right here. Like it's not sticking at all right here. I don't know if that's going to pick up on the camera at all, but it looks like trash in person. I do, however, really enjoy the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation in the shade Fair 30N. I love this. I've been using it pretty much every day since I bought it. That orange primer in my hair. Okay, well, upon applying a foundation, that primer really is very blurring. Sure wish I knew it was going to turn orange. Just a heads up. Just a, hey, yo, you're about to turn bright orange. Like, I don't feel like I'm asking for a lot for heads up. Y'all. Okay, for highlighter, why did I squeak like that? I have this Colourpop Light Stix in the shade Urth. Just going to tap this onto the high points of my face. It is a stick highlighter. Obviously, it's called Light Stix. Jesus. Anyway, I'm just going to tap this on to the tops of my cheekbones and other high points of my face. Look at that. That's so pretty. All right, for highlight, also, I'm going to use the Supershock Cheek in the shade Flexitarian. Okay, and like I said, I got the Supershock Cheek Between the Sheets blush. Wow, I'm really happy with that blush. Looks really pretty. I mean, I haven't tried anything yet that I'm not super, well, that's not true. Like I said, not super crazy about the Colourpop No Filter concealers for under my eyes. Well, the rest of the face, great. Under my eyes, not my favorite. saying. But everything from Kristi's collection I've been really happy with, to clarify. Okay, now I'm going to hop back to the eyes, like I said. And I'm going to add the Spare Time onto this eye. And I'm going to add Woodsy onto this eye. And then I think for both eyes, I'll do Marigold in the waterline. So we have a casualty kind of fast. I took the lid off of this guy and something hit my light box and this is broken and this whole end just fucking flew out of there. That's a fair amount of product to break on. I mean, I literally hadn't even touched it other than to take the lid off. So that's a little upsetting. I mean, I really like the way the pencil performed. I just wish I hadn't broken so fast. Okay, for inner corner highlight on each eye, I'm going to try 2 different the Supershock shades. There's 2 that are very similar. I think the main difference is undertone. Let's see if you can tell the difference. Yeah, okay. So this is reading a little bit more cool tone, and this is reading a little bit more tone. So let me swap them so they'll be on the eye and the inside of the eyes. You get it. Anyway. Did you even understand what I was mumbling? Okay. On my left eye, we're going to use Olympic. And then on my right eye, I'm going to use Mycelium on the inner corners. Okay, I can't stop trying to decide which lip gloss I'm going to do with the lipstick. And it's stressing me out, so I'm just going to put the eyelashes on first. This is the shade. The shade of these eyelashes is Chica. Okay. Well, I only have 1 lipstick, but I have 2 lip glosses, and I really am conflicted, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I own them now, so I can use them whenever I want, but I don't know which one to use right now. Okay. All right. I'm going to put on the questionable lipstick and hope for the best. I don't know why this is gray and weird. If I die, you know why. Okay, for never having used these before, I did not really know what to expect. And just by the like dusty, weird grayness on here, I thought it was going to be super matte, like super draggy. And it's not. This applied really nicely. I like the pigmentation. I like the shade. I like how easy this applies. Dude, I have been playing myself. Do you know what happened? So this is what happened with Colourpop. I was fucking broke. Like, holy shit, broke. Hadn't made my car payment in like 6 months. Broke. When they came out. And I worked for Ulta and I was going through cosmetology school. And I could not, like I had to literally budget makeup. The only way I could afford makeup is because I got the employee discount at Ulta. And Colourpop wasn't at Ulta. So I really couldn't afford to like throw money away on a product that I hated. So I just couldn't branch out. And then they only had lip products. And then they came out with more things and more things and more things. And the longer I missed the boat, the more I was just like, you know what? It's whatever. I'm too late now. And that happens to me with so many freaking product lines. I think it's just because we have so much makeup now and I'm used to there being like 4 brands. My old ass can't keep up. But what have I been doing with my life? Why have I been sleeping on this? Idiot. Just, wow. Really stupid, Katie. Really fucking stupid. Okay, now I have to decide which lip gloss I want to put with this. I think I'm just going to go with the clear one for now because I don't want to add too much more color. I tried to pick a shade that I felt would go with like everything in the collection. And I think I did a pretty good job, although I don't want to add any more pigmentation. And I don't think this wildflower shade would be that pigmented, but this one's sparkly. Okay, so that's the first look done. I guess just in case I'm not the most consistent person in the world, which we already know I'm not. In case I don't get to this for a minute and it just becomes past the point I need to edit this video and get it out, I'll go ahead and recap on the things that I did use today and how I feel about them so far, and it's going to be really easy. Literally everything I used today has been awesome. This is great. I'm so happy with everything that I've purchased. Okay, so there's two things that I'm like, about. I don't know what that weird gray stuff was on the outside of this lipstick. It makes me a little bit nervous. It makes me feel like this might be old. I can't do anything about that, and I won't be able to tell unless this just crumbles up and falls apart tomorrow. So as long as that doesn't happen and I don't get like deathly ill from it being some kind of terribly toxic mold, okay. Not what I would have wanted, but not the end of the world. And the only other thing that I have to say that's not the most positive is I really wish this hadn't broken. Like this, I pulled the cap off and it flew across the room and hit my light. That's why I knew something happened, because it hit my light. And I was like, what the fuck was that? And it was my brand new pencil breaking. So, other than that, this eyeshadow palette, these Supershock palette, wow. Supershock Shadows, the blush is great. I already knew I loved this foundation. Like, dude, I don't know what I was doing. I made a big mistake. Skipping out on Colourpop for so long. Okay, so I could go by each individual thing, but there was really nothing other than the two things I already said. I don't feel a need to like pick up each individual thing and tell you how I felt about it, because on the whole, I can tell you, super happy. I'm pretty sure they're going to do a restock. I'll try and put that information in the description box below if I can find it. I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere that they're going to do a restock. Lord have mercy. Side note, not to make things weird, I had COVID back in August, like the very beginning of August. And I have had the worst time being able to keep my like lines of thought and discussion and conversation on track. Like I cannot think straight. I'm super forgetful. I stutter all the time. It's driving me up the wall. And I know it's because I had COVID, but I'm like, did anybody else have this and have it go away? Because it's been, beginning of August, September, October, November, over 3 months now. And I can still not remember shit. And I cannot think straight. And I cannot stop stuttering. I've never had a stutter. Like, I had a small one when I was trying to talk too fast. But I have a straight up like da stutter. Sorry, not making fun of anybody, but if I'm reading off of a piece of paper, if I'm reading out loud, I stutter all over the place. Stutter all over the fucking place. I have to read so slowly, and I used to be a really fast reader. So like if I'm stuttering or like trailing off or just like you can tell that the train is leaving the station and I'm not on board with whatever the fuck I'm saying. It's 100% because I can't fucking function properly since having COVID. That's my personal experience. You literally can't argue with that. If you haven't had that experience, I'm actually really happy for you, but please don't be hateful. Please don't make this political. I totally had it. This is not a joke. If you don't care about it, then that's unfortunate, but you're right, I guess. So that being said, if anybody has any tips, one of my friends gave me a great tip about like lists the other day because I can't remember shit. So, if you had COVID and you forgot everything and then it slowly came back to you, please let me know because I don't want to be stuck like this forever. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm going to do my best to come back and do other looks with the rest of the products I didn't get to use today. I'm pretty sure I used the whole palette though. Yeah, I used every single shade in this palette. Every single one of them. All of them. Oh my eyeballs. And then I used 2 of the Supershock Shadows. So, I think that's a pretty good start. So, I'm going to try and come back tomorrow and just do a couple looks and see if I can get everything else reviewed for you guys. And I guess also that word primer, I wish it was an orange, but it looks nice. Looks really nice. All right, so I'm gonna try and do some other looks tomorrow, and I'll just add them. You won't know it's tomorrow, but I told you, so now you know it's tomorrow. I'll put them all together in the end of this video, or after this video, and then at the end I'll try and recap everything all together instead of just doing each individual thing as I go, because that's just annoying and too much for me. Okay, thanks. Bye. So you've seen the rest of my looks. I'm gonna go ahead and throw one more together. Okay, for this last look, I haven't really done anything with the purple. Like, I feel like it could be cool if I do something with a little bit of contrast, like some of the deeper purples, like these two with like this super metallic green. Can I pull it off? Stick around to find out. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this shade Old Growth first. Okay, now that I've got that down, I'm gonna go in with Amanita, this middle shade right here. Okay, just to deepen that up even more in the inner and outer corner, I'm gonna go in with this shade down here, Let It Rain. All right, I'm gonna go to the lower lash line with Old Growth again, going in with Amanita now, and then finally Let It Rain one more time. Okay, and now I'm gonna take Evergreen and put it on the center. Okay, I never do this, but I've seen so many people do it and it looks really good, but I'm nervous because I have the creepiest under eyes. We're gonna let it ride, just see what happens. I'm gonna put Evergreen in the gap on the lower lash line as well. Okay, I don't think you can tell, but whatever. Moving on. I want to be careful blending this green too far into the purple. A lot of times I see people mixing colors that are either straight up contrasting or borderline contrasting colors. If you don't know what contrasting colors are, check out a color wheel. If they are on opposite sides of the color wheel, they are contrasting colors. If you mix them, they will turn muddy. You cannot mix blue and orange or purple and yellow and expect them to not turn muddy, or red and green. And in this case, this is a very green, and this is kind of a warmer purple. If I were to overblend these, it's going to get muddy real fast. So one thing that I see a lot of people doing is mixing contrasting colors and then being upset at the color palette that these shades got muddy. The shades did get muddy, but they got muddy because you blended contrasting colors. So don't do that. I also want to say that deep shade, the Let It Rain, that looks, I mean, let's just, for reference. Ow. That's this shade right here. That looks like a really deep blue on camera. It's black in person, really. I mean, it is like a blackened purple. There is no fallout on my face, which is why I do my eyes first, especially if I'm going to do something pretty intense. I don't want to put my foundation on and then have to put concealer on top of concealer. Like, I know a lot of people do that, but I do not like that many layers on my face. It just feels gross to me. That's why I do my eyes first. That way I can clean everything up. I can also clean up these edges. That's why I blend way too far out, because I can clean that up at the end. I'm just not precise enough to go in, do my whole face first, and then do my eyes and expect not to make a mistake. So there. Not that anyone asked. Okay, this is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation in the shade Fair 30N. It's the same one I used in the very first video clip thing. Okay, and then for concealer, I'm gonna mix these Colourpop No Filter Concealer in the shade Fair 6 and Light 12. And for inner corner highlight, I'm gonna go in with this Supershock Shadow and the shade Like a Moss. Okay, for blush, again, I'm going to use the same one I used at the beginning, the Between the Sheets Super Shock Cheek. Lord. Back in with Flexitarian as a highlight again. I'm going to go in the waterline with the Marigold pencil. Okay, I just went ahead and threw on my brows and my mascara since I don't have any brow or mascara products from Colourpop. From Colourpop. So I think this is like I don't know who else is doing my makeup. Pretty much almost done. What the hell is wrong with me? Okay, I am going to use these Chica lashes again as well. Okay, for the last step, I think I'm going to take Lumiere, this Colourpop, what is this? The Lippie Stix, excuse me. And I'm just going to go around, like, give my lips just a little bit of definition. I'm not going to put this on as opaquely as I did in the first video. I just added that Lumiere just around the very edge, and then I even blended it out even more than that. And I think I'm going to go in with Wildflower. Okay, so this is the final look completed. So now it's time for my thoughts. Honestly, I have zero critiques about Kristi's collection. I think her palette was really well thought out. I think the shades are beautiful. They're pigmented. They blend well. The liners are such cute little colors. Like I said in the beginning, this one broke immediately. I mean, it broke the second I removed the cap. Like, a huge piece of liner just flew out. So that's upsetting. These aren't expensive. It's just that I know these are limited edition. And I really do like these shades. And I just don't understand how that happened. Is it the end of the world? No, absolutely not. But it is just worth noting. And again, I want to reiterate, probably unnecessarily, because I think I made it clear the first time, but I'm just not wild about the no filter concealers. I have incredibly dry skin, and it is also winter in Washington, so I'm going between freezing cold outside and space heaters inside. So like, my skin is not happy, and this is just so matte. It's not bad, it's just not my favorite. And it also, sometimes I cannot figure it out. I'm sure it has something to do with my skin prep, but every other time I use these, if I use them under my eye, they will separate. I'm sure it has something to do with whatever eye cream I wear, but that's annoying. And I have that problem with other concealers, but not as consistently as this one. And this one is just so dry. So I probably will not be repurchasing the Colourpop No Filter concealers. I do know that they came out with a more moisturizing formula, which I will probably try because I do like the Pretty Fresh foundation. I am not a lipstick. I am not a lip gloss person. I have not worn lip gloss or purchased lip gloss in I don't even know how long. And I really like both of these. I like this shade is like your lips, but better. Like it's just barely pigmented enough to like even out the skin tone on your lips. And this is shimmery, so of course I'm gonna like it. Duh. The Supershock Shadows, I am not familiar with, like I said, I mean, obviously I've repeated this like multiple times. This is my first time using any Colourpop Supershock Shadows or palette eyeshadows. My only concern with these Supershock Shadows, you can already see where I've pressed into it a lot. This one is not nearly as soft as, I can't remember which one. Oh my God. I can't remember which one I pressed. Like, I mean, I didn't press in hard, but I pushed on it with a brush and it just mushed in. And so years ago, like 9 years ago, MAC came out with eyeshadows similar to this like formula, and they dried out. Like, I think I used them once because the next time I went to open them, they had dried out and crumbled, and I don't know how to repress something this soft. So that is my only concern. That, and I did know this going in, these work best with fingers, which is unfortunate because these are just long enough that I can't really, like, I cannot get in the inner corner. I can get on my lid just fine, but I cannot get into my inner corner with these, with my fingers. I mean, I knew that going in. Is that kind of annoying? Yeah, a little, just because I don't really know. If somebody knows how to make these work really well with brushes, please let me know, because I do like the shades. I think they're really cute. I guess I do have one more critique. And that's that these two of the Super Shocks look very similar. Is that the worst thing in the world? No. But do you need them both? That's up to you, honestly. This one is Olympic, and this one is Mycelium. Do you see that this is really only barely different? Is that the worst thing in the world? No, it is not. I'm not by any means trying to be negative. I'm just pointing out how similar they are. So if you don't end up buying the whole collection, maybe you don't need both of these. And on that note, speaking of buying the entire collection or any of it, I'm pretty sure it's all sold out. And I know they did a restock, but I was late making the rest of these videos, so I didn't get it up in time for you to know about the restock. But I'm sure they'll do another restock, because I did get the email saying that they were going to do a restock of this, and it said nothing about last final restock. And I know that they typically say final restock will not be bringing back, things like that. So shit's gone forever. Would I recommend buying this collection? Absolutely. If you love everything in it, I would buy the box. The box is a deal, man. If you want everything. If you don't want everything, I would say definitely get the palette. I would even say I would say get everything, whatever your heart wants, genuinely, because I don't think you're going to be disappointed with any of it. I think the eyeliner formulas are really great, with the exception of the one that broke. This palette is just beautiful. Like, this is beautiful. I feel like I'm going to use this a lot. And I know I said it already, but look at that packaging. Oh, it's so cute. Now, for the things that I bought that were not Raw Beauty Kristi collection, I feel like an idiot for missing out on Lippie sticks. There. That's all. This one did have that gray stuff on it. I don't know what that was. Maybe that's just part of the drying process when this lipstick was poured. I don't know. Have no idea. Did it affect the usage of this lipstick? Not at all. It just was weird looking and a little bit concerning to see gray dust on a brand new lipstick. But again, I don't want to get nitpicky. I do really like This formula, this shade, the pigmentation, super comfortable. I need like 50 more of these in a million different colors. How am I going to have a million different colors if I have 50 of them? Don't even listen. Just don't. This Supershock Cheek Between the Sheets. This is a beautiful color, but I had the same problem with the Supershock Shadows as I did with this, is I have to dig my brush into this to pick up enough pigmentation on my face. It's beautiful. It's very, very beautiful, but it is a little bit like I'm concerned for the structural integrity of this blush. You can see that it's already kind of like cracking right here because of how rough I've been with it, because it just didn't want to pick up. So again, if you have tips on how to make this work better with a brush, please let me know, because I just don't want to be negative. I'm just talking about my struggles, okay? This is not an attack on Colourpop. I think I've been pretty well overall positive. I'm going to be honest too, okay? Okay. And then lastly, the false eyelashes. These are really comfortable. Like, I almost forget that they're on. And I wear false lashes pretty regularly, so if you just find false lashes completely uncomfortable, I would try these, honestly, because they're really light. They're really lightweight and they're really comfortable. They're really easy to apply, genuinely. If you're new to false eyelashes or have struggled with false eyelashes in the past, I would give these a try. I mean, I've only tried the ones, this style is Chica, but I mean, they're really nice. So overall, I have to say, I have done myself a major disservice by not shopping more from Colourpop before. I explained it earlier. I don't need to get into it again. I also does anybody else have this problem where a new brand comes out and you can't really get anything from them in the beginning when they're small, and then they just keep growing and growing and growing, which is great for them, but I just get overwhelmed so easily by, like, what do I choose? Where do I start? Which one do I go with first? Do I buy it online? Do I see if I can see it in person? I just get overwhelmed. Okay. But I fucked up. I fucked up by not going with Colourpop earlier, because it's super affordable. For the price, the quality, I mean, not even for the price. Let's just stop saying that. This is like really good quality makeup, and it is not expensive. So, like, what is there to complain about? I haven't dealt with this personally because this is the first time I've ordered from them online. I have seen a lot of people on Twitter and just on social media in general saying it's really annoying how long they take to restock things. And I have seen some complaints that their palettes are not really range inclusive for deeper skin tones. Obviously, I am the color of a sheet of paper, so I don't have that problem personally, but I could see how I've watched some of their releases, and I could see being frustrated as a person of color or just someone darker than me that shit might not show up. And that is unfortunate. And that is something that I've seen repeatedly being brought up, especially on Twitter, is that people with deeper skin tones are a little bit off-put by the Colourpop palettes, which is a shame, genuinely. It's 2020. I don't think we need to keep having this conversation, but clearly we do, and that's unfortunate. I wish some makeup companies would just get on board. Like, you know, those people are out there. You know they want to buy your makeup. Why are you ostracizing someone? I mean, you could very easily cater to them. Why aren't you doing it? I mean, there's just really no excuse at this point. So that's like that's the worst thing I can say about them. And I know to some people that might be like, for me, is that a problem? No, because it works for me. But I don't want to be that person that ignores somebody else's struggle just because I don't struggle the same. So that being said, overwhelmingly positive, genuinely. I do have to point out the things that I don't like. I'm just that kind of person. I don't want to give you just the one side of everything. And I don't want to be negative, but I do just have to, I feel like, to be honest, I have to give you the ups and downs, you know? So yeah, guys. Sorry this took so long. Sorry if you missed the restock because me, I can't imagine that there's that many people that were like, let me wait with bated breath what Katie says about this collection. Please. Yeah, but next time, if you catch the restock next time, or if there's still some things lingering on the website I just didn't see, I would snatch them up. I really like this collection. Congratulations, Kristi, on your collection. Congratulations on your baby. I know I watched all your videos on all your struggles, and should you ever stumble across this by some insane stretch of luck, congratulations on everything, your house, your baby, your collections this year. This has been a really great year for you. I know it's been not the best year overall, but I think it's really important to note how well this has gone for Kristi, because this is her collection. So congratulations, Kristi. If I ever see you wandering around Seattle, I swear to God, I'm not insane. I am terrified to see her in public, because I'm just like, oh, do I say hello? Do I not say hello? Do I stay over here? I don't know. So, it's just gonna, if it happens, it happens, and we'll just, run from there. And, I guess if you see a video from Kristi in a couple months or ever, it says some crazy girl ran up to her in public and was like, ah! It wasn't me, because I would never. Anyway. All right, guys, that's going to be it for me today. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment box down below. If there's anything from Colourpop you think I should try, please let me know. If there's any brands or specific products that you want me to try, let me know. It's always interesting to get some feedback and to be introduced to new and amazing things. So I'll put all the products that I used that I didn't talk about in the description box down below, along with all my social media. If you could like this, that would be great. If you could subscribe, that would be even better. And if you could follow me on Instagram and Twitter and do all of the above, well, I don't know what to say. Anyway, guys, I hope you're doing well. I know this year's been really weird, but we're almost through it. And I don't want to have some false hope about 2021 just being immensely better just because it's 2021. But, a little positivity never hurts. So let's just all hang in there. Be nice to each other, okay? It's a hard enough time right now without people being ugly. So let's calm down with the negativity online. Can we do that? Is that ever going to happen? I don't know. I'm going to stop rambling because this is long enough. I'm going to shut the fuck up. I'll see you next time.